You are the most important relationship. Before you swipe, text, or worry about being too much, start with you. Grow Therapy helps you build self-worth, set boundaries, and show up as your full self. Whether it's your first time in therapy or your 50th, Grow makes it easier to find a therapist who fits you, not the other way around. They connect you with thousands of independent licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions, nights and weekends. You can search by what matters, like insurance, specialty, identity, or availability, and get started in as little as 2 days. And if something comes up, you can cancel up to 24 hours in advance at no cost. There are no subscriptions, no long-term commitments. You just pay per session. Grow helps you find therapy on your time. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Grow accepts over 100 insurance plans, including Medicaid in some states. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/booknow to get started. That's growtherapy.com/booknow. growtherapy.com/booknow. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Okay, so you're finally writing that book that everyone has told you that you need to write, and it's time to get the word out. Would you like to know a novel way to do that? Pun intended. Stay tuned to find out.
Being an entrepreneur sounds like, yes, another new client. I did it. But it can also sound like, I am really not understanding this technology, and I'm feeling so overwhelmed. Am I even cut out for this? That's why I started the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast, to help infopreneurs, coaches, and course creators who want to build a business online but are battling technology, overwhelm, procrastination, and even imposter syndrome. Think successfully, think differently, think bigger, and take action by learning tips from an array of business owners, all dropping knowledge on the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast. Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
What is up? What is up? What the heck is up, my Dark Horse friends and family? Welcome back to another dose of book marketing learning. I'm your Dark Horse host, Tracy Brinkman. And as most of you know by now, I've been in the coaching, course creation, online space since the 90s. So yeah, got a little experience under my belt, and yet here I am still learning. But the real question needs to be, who are you? And I think the answer to that is infinitely more important, because I believe you are a driven entrepreneur, perhaps even an infopreneur that it's here because you're ready to start, restart, kickstart, or just start leveling up with some great marketing, personal or business tips and results in order to build that beautiful business of yours into the empire it absolutely deserves to be. And one of the ways we hear so many people talking about building our digital empire, our online empire, our entrepreneurial empire is by writing a book. So I wanted to chat with you about how to get free publicity using this novel concept. And yeah, I know it was kind of punnish. I can be punny at times, but let's talk about how to get free publicity with dedication contests. And I want to share with you a little extra tidbit towards the end of this episode. So be sure to stick around. You're going to want to hear this extra little tidbit, perhaps even how to get your parts of your book written for you. All right, so let's go with the first part, right? You're writing a book and you're ready to look for ways to get the word out. And I won't use the novel approach pun again, but what you can do is you can run what's called a dedication contest. Now, if you're not familiar with dedications, those are those little blurbs that you see in the front of the book from the author, dedicating the book to someone in their life, someone that has impacted them. So often you'll see things like, this is dedicated to my wife and children who put up with me locking myself in my office for 6 months as I wrote this book. Think about it. Who doesn't want to have a book dedicated to them? I think it would be awesome for someone to put a dedication to a book for me, maybe how I impacted their world. I don't need it, but it would be cool. So how about you run a contest on social media, just as you would run any other contest, and make the prize a dedication in your book? Yeah, what a cool idea. I don't think I've seen many people do it. I've seen some, and this is where I got this idea. I'm not some marketing genius. I came up with it on my own. I've seen it done, and I wanted to share this with you. Now, here's the thing. Contestants can get extra entries when they tell others about the contest, and the winner gets to help to write the dedication itself. So it's not like you're just going to say some impersonal blurb. You can actually let them give input on what it is that dedication is going to be saying. And it's really that simple, right? You get a great way to publicize your book. Even without seeming to be publicizing it, you're not all schmarmy-marmy salesy about it, and it's really, if you think about it, it's kind of a backdoor method or way of getting the word out there. Now, as you're doing the actual contest, you want to make sure to capture email addresses too, so that you can let them know when the book finally comes out. So let's think about it. If you get just 50 people, to partake in your contest, then that's 50 people that are probably going to buy your book in the first place. Now, let's take this one step further. All the people that would like to have their book have a dedication in your book are probably very interested in who you are and what it is you do in the first place. But the person that gets the dedication, do you think they're going to tell their friends, their family, their associates about, oh man, I got this dedication in this book? Maybe even buying a couple of extra copies to share inside their sphere of influence? So it's not just like a one-to-one relationship that's going to be built here. Quite often, a number of those email addresses are going to be one-to-many because of their involvement with you. And if you'd like to read some crazy, silly, and even fun dedications from across the years, there's a place called boardpanda.com/funny book dedications, and it's funny-book-dedications. And this is where I actually got the idea from. There's a few favorites that are out there. I think one, if I remember correctly, was to my mother, Belzy. I would have made a terrible doctor, Mom. Maybe people would have died. That was the dedication. A little giggle, a little fun, right? Another one was for everyone who laughs in the theater while everyone else is screaming. That was the dedication. Okay, maybe I have a dark sense of humor if I laughed at that one. And here's another one. This book is dedicated to all the family members who are angry that I dedicated the last book to someone who won the dedication in a Twitter contest. That's where I got the idea for this particular episode. Because think about it. There's going to be a number of people out there going to go, oh man, I didn't win. But they're going to want to see who won the dedication, and maybe they have to buy the book to do it. But they're going to talk about, I didn't win, and someone's going to go, oh, I'm actually kind of interested in that topic, and maybe they buy your book. So give it a shot. And I would also do this with your upcoming course, right? You could do this with anything that's upcoming. You can say, hey, I can do a dedication, or I can do something specific for you, focused on you. Maybe they're going to be one of the folks your course problem will solve. And you could have a, 15, 20-minute consultation with them, and then put the solution that you created for them in your course, and be sure to specifically call them out, them and their business. And that's free publicity for them. They're going to be sure to mention the fact that, wow, I got this from Tracy and his course and everything, and he even used me as a case study in this course. And what course are you talking about? Oh, the sales course that Joe Graham had come up with. Anyway, Joe Graham is a guest we'll be having on the show here pretty soon. He's a successful salesman and sales consultant. That's what made me think of that. Now, the teaser that I left you with earlier about how to get part of your book written for you, or maybe a good all of it. I've seen this before, and I wanted to add this in. You could run a contest on who's going to write a chapter in your book. Or if we keep talking about online courses, do a module in your course. Now, this is where it's got to make sense, right? And this is where you want to be zeroed in on your core customers and your core audience. But you could certainly do the same thing, have a contest, and instead of it being a dedication in the front of a book, it could be a chapter in the book. Wow. Now, if you really don't want to get crazy, you can say, hey, the person that wins this contest will get a free their chapter done for free. They will write it and we'll put it in the book. If there are others that are interested in it, and now you've collected their email addresses so you can market it to them, they can pay X dollars. to do a book. And you can see, you've all seen those compilation books that are out there, all centered around a single topic, and you get all these different points of views on the answers of a handful of questions. Yeah, here's another opinion. Do that for a course as well. Hey, I'm creating this course on this. If you'd like to submit yourself for doing a module, the winner of this contest will have their submission done and included in the course. And anyone else who submits it, well, maybe they pay to get in there. Or maybe it gives you new ideas, and it just opens up your mind and your eyes on other opportunities that are out there for you. Maybe you take the compilation of that and say, you know what? That compilation of these other entries would be some great content, and here's what I'll do. I'm going to package that up into an upsell, right? And what I'll do is I'll do a rev share with you, 50%. I'll give you 50% of the sales. I'm doing all the work and the compilation and everything, and I'll give you guys the other 50, and it divides with however many modules there. You divide it up amongst with them. Heck, do a 60-40. Give them 60, you got 40. You didn't create any of the content. You just pulled it together and added it to your course as an upsell. It's free money. You think they're going to talk about the fact that their module's in your course as an upsell? Well, hell yes, they are. You know for a fact they are. And that is free marketing. That's that word-of-mouth marketing you cannot pay for. All right, so there's 2 golden nuggets for you on how to get some free publicity for your book with some contests, specifically a dedication contest, or maybe a write your own chapter contest, and also how you can use it for your course creation as well. What do you think? What do you think the ideas we're sharing here on the Dark Horse Entrepreneur? I'm really interested to hear your thoughts. And here's the other thing. I want to hear your questions as well, right? Shoot me an email, tracy@darkhorseschooling.com, and tell me what questions you think we haven't answered here on the Dark Horse Podcast. Actually, it's the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast if you read it. Let me know, and I will make sure they get answered. Heck, I might even bring you on as a part of that conversation, and let's chat about it together and share a little bit about your story, your adventure, your business, what it is. I can share your thoughts and your genius with my audience. All right, you get out there, you run your race, you get your results, and then let me hear about them. That's right, I just told you. Email me at tracy@darkhorseschooling.com. Tell me the tip or idea you came away with, how you put it into action, and what results you got from it. All right, until next time, I'm going to leave you as I always do. Think successfully and take action.
Thank you for listening to the Dark Horse Entrepreneur Podcast.
And you know this!
Thanks for tuning in.
Check us out at www.darkhorseschooling.com.
All right.
My name is Tracy Brinkman.